Welcome to the SVG-TV news for Friday, June 27th. I'm KAHLIL and here are tonight's details. Station Sergeant Junior Simmons, the second man in charge at the anti-human trafficking unit in the RSVG police force, has spoken in defense of the work of his unit in light of a recent U.S. State Department report which places SVG on a Tier 2 watch list for human trafficking. Sergeant Simmons said this since the establishment of the unit in March 2012, a lot of work has been done to create awareness on the issue, and he too was surprised by the report.
Since our launch, we have been doing tremendous work in Simmons and Grindings. As a matter of fact, we have published 4 articles on human trafficking. We have been going on to the various schools, primary and secondary, doing lectures to the schools. So far, we have, since there is about over 15,000 school children and about over a few thousand teachers as well. But for this year, 2014, we were placed again on the watch list. We are not in agreement, with our tier placement, because we know that we have been doing very tremendous work, a lot of work to really be, to be placed on the tier 2, on the tier 2 list. But we are not daunted. We're going to continue our work to ensure that every citizen is made aware of the ills about human trafficking, and we are doing all we can to investigate, arrest, and prosecute any offender or any person who commit the crime of human trafficking.
At the launching of the Canouan Coast Guard base earlier this week, Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves made it clear that he does not accept the report and strongly disagrees with the designation of SVG as a source and destination for the trafficking in persons. Prime Minister Gonsalves called on the relevant authorities in the U.S. to journey to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and speak to persons in the anti-trafficking in persons unit, among other well-placed officials here on the matter. A national health accounts is said to be critical for SVG. Speaking at the opening of the NHA workshop on Thursday, UWI Research Officer Roxanne Brizan says that the National Health Accounts is a useful tool for health sector planning and can be used to monitor the execution of projects by comparing projected expenditures to actual expenditures,
which again is important for efficiency considerations and can be used to negotiate for greater healthcare resources, as was the case in the Nevis Island administration. The NHA can inform effectiveness with respect to monetary analysis in that the NHA by itself is a useful tool, but when combined with other forms of data, for example, utilization data, it can enhance the results and help in promoting better health sector governance.
Yesterday, 15 new houses were handed over to residents of the North Leeward community of Cumberland, bringing the total number of houses presented to persons who lost their homes in the December 2013 floods to 42. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, manager of the Housing and Lands Development Corporation, Elvis Charles, told the recipients that they must cherish and be grateful for the gift amidst their loss, noting that the houses are not only lovely but also safe.
I know many of you may not have lived in areas as comfortable as this. This is a blessing for you. We are asking those of us who live in these areas, who live in areas where you would be at risk, to be very careful at this time, because this is the hurricane season. We are asking you to be vigilant, to not only watch out for yourselves, but your neighbors. This is the time when we as Vincentians must show love for each other. We must look, as we normally say in local parlance, look at the other's back.
Chairman of the Housing and Lands Development Corporation, Berisford, Phillips, says he is sure that the December floods and the events following have highlighted the resilience of the Vincentian people, and there is even more reason for them to be optimistic.
It has made us more vigilant to what is going on around us. Yeah. It has indeed brought about some form of change for the better. Today, we will be handing over 15 houses to 15 homeowners here at Cumberland. To the residents of North Leeward who were hit hard in the 2013 floods. During the construction of the houses, I would often visit the site very frequently to monitor the progress and to ensure that changes recommended by the technical team that were deemed necessary were executed. As many of you are aware, building a house is not a simple task, but thank God we are here again today, delivering more homes to persons whose homes were lost.
Phillips also pointed out that he is happy with the progress and the pace at which the housing project has been progressing.
We are moving full speed in order that we meet the target, which is to complete all houses by the middle of the hurricane season. I know that we have delivered to date 42 houses, including these to be delivered today. I know that work is still ongoing, and a number of houses are currently under construction, and they will be delivered over the course of the upcoming months.
The 72nd Annual General Meeting of the shareholders of the St. Vincent's Building and Loan Association will be held on Monday at the Methodist Church Hall. The meeting is to approve the minutes of the 71st Annual General Meeting and address matters arising, to receive and approve the report of the Board of Directors and the Auditor's report for the 11-month period ending December 31st, 2013. Monday's meeting, which is expected to commence at 4:15 p.m., will also appoint auditors for the year ending December 31st, 2014. The association is advising its shareholders that copies of the AGM report for the period ending December 31st will be available at its office from 9:30 a.m. The Grenadine island of Canouan is said to be the home of 9 billionaires. This was pointed out by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves earlier this week at the official opening of the Coast Guard base on the island. Speaking on the continued development and the progress of Canouan, Dr. Gonsalves said the island is now boasting more millionaires than those on neighboring Mustique, which is often referred to as the island of the rich and famous.
More than in Mustique. Mustique, of course, has 100 millionaires, multimillionaires, and I believe 2, I don't want to downgrade them, maybe 2 billionaires, maybe 3, but Canouan certainly, I'm advised, has more billionaires than Mustique.
The official video for Happy SVG was launched today at Bickles in Kingstown. Alexei says the idea is to showcase SVG in a positive way, as the other countries which have been producing happy videos from the song by Grammy Award-winning artist Pharrell Williams. He noted that there were challenges along the way in producing the Happy SVG video, which they were able to overcome.
The initiative started where myself, Calvert Jones, we decided to basically just looking at the YouTube videos, Happy Jamaica, Happy Bermuda, Happy Martinique. We came up with the idea of, starting the processing, having St. Vincent on the list of other Caribbean islands, launching a Happy video. Within a couple of days of making that decision, we started shooting. We had some challenges in terms of finding available videographers, but those challenges soon smoothed out themselves, and we were able to complete the project within 7 weekends of shooting.
Calvert Jones says the video is solely for social media usage and thanked all the persons who were involved.
Tourism Authority, the police department, all the videographers and all the talented persons who have been a part of making this production very good. Once you see this production, you realize that the quality is really there, and we really have talent in St. Vincent that can be exploited in several different ways to really produce the sort of material that we want and to promote and to help put out St. Vincent on the map. So Media Group is a marketing company that tries to establish strategic alliances with different businesses and to also establish programs that have a sustainability and that would offer increased opportunities for businesses to come on board. So we were more than excited when Alexei called and said he had this great idea and he wanted to go on the bandwagon of having the happy video evolution done in St. Vincent, and we immediately jumped on board and we started production, like he said. And you know, there were a few challenges, but overall we're very happy at the outcome.
Meantime, the CEO of the Tourism Authority, Glen Beache, commended the organizers of the Happy SVG video, noting that it will be good exposure for the country.
I have to really congratulate the gentleman on the initiative. I think it was well done. I've had the privilege of seeing it a bit earlier, get a preview of it before a lot of other people. From a tourism point of view, I think what they've done is that they've brought something to the forefront. As you know, the Minister of Tourism has continuously spoken about staycations and Vincentians getting to know St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And on a number of occasions we usually hear about Vincentians not being able to go to the Grenadines and so on. As I've always said, I think when you do these things in a group, you would be surprised at how inexpensive it is. And I think what this video does, it gives Vincentians a reminder of how beautiful St. Vincent and the Grenadines really is.
And Police Commissioner Michael Charles, who took part in the music video along with other members of the police force, says it was a good experience.
Mr. Critchon approached me and said he would like to do a happy video and want to involve the police. I happily jumped to the decision and make the decision to participate in this happy video. What I think about the happy video, it showed the police in a different light. You know, the police being happy, and once we have a happy police force, I think the citizens will be also happy.
Well, it's about time for us to tell you just how fantastic this Friday is. Carnival Beat is next.
See your eyes, yeah. Whip them up like you just don't care. Point them up to the sky, let them fly.
Carnival revelers and other persons are being urged to be on their guard for criminal elements in society who seek to prey on vulnerable targets. There are simple steps that individuals can take in order not to be a victim of crime this carnival. These were highlighted earlier today by members of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force at an exhibition which provided some advice on the do's and don'ts as it relates to safety. Assistant Commissioner of Police Frankie Joseph, head of the crime unit, explains that the exhibition was staged to provide members of the public with information on remaining safe and aware of what they can do to protect themselves against criminals and criminal activity.
On display today we have not only the police will be here, like Jock Squad and CID, in terms of giving tips, but we have different businesses, like we have Bronx Hardware, Gibson's, Lanes and those hardware, in terms of security locks and alarms and those kind of things, because the whole aspect of this showcase is really for crime prevention.
ACP Joseph said that the information provided at the exhibition should not be slighted, as it could help in preventing certain types of crime.
Criminals strive on opportunities, okay, and the more opportunity you create for criminals is the more they are going to commit criminal offenses. For instance, we are advising homeowners that before they leave their homes to come to Kingston, that they must ensure that they secure their property, okay, even though they have to put on extra locks on that property, but ensure when they are leaving their homes that all of the necessary security measures must be put in place. In
just under an hour's time, 22 Calypsonians will take to the stage at Carnival City Victoria Park for the National Calypso semi-finals. Down to perform tonight at the Victoria Park are Exposer, John the Truth Duggan and Dennis Bowman of the Dynamite's Calypso tent out of New York. Bumpy, Queen Bee, Lord Have Mercy, Tajo and Mitch from the Graduates Calypso tent, Dia and Mystery out of the Patani tent, Azara, Ipa, Kenneth the Vibrating Skakes, Patches, Abby, that should be Abijah and Ranking Bash of the On Tour tent, and representing the Upstage Experience are Chanel McKenzie, Manzangi, Icom, Fire Empress, Cleopatra Hendrickson and Observer. The reserves for tonight are Brother Ebony and Saharo. Tomorrow, the 10-day countdown for Vincy Mass commences with the staging of Junior Carnival.
Whip them up like you just know.